Hi, I'm Steve Scott, and I am so excited to make an announcement that will impact your lives and your businesses, and I believe the lives of millions of people throughout the world. But first, a little background. For more than 40 years, Dr. Herbert T. Nagasawa has conducted research in medicinal chemistry at his laboratories at the University of Minnesota Health Science Complex and the Department of Veterans Affairs Medical Center in Minneapolis. In 2007, Dr. Nagasawa and his team formed CellGevity Incorporated to promote the findings of his research and to introduce his breakthrough patented formulations to the world. Formulations designed to substantially increase cellular energy, performance, and protection to promote optimum health and greater longevity. I'm happy to announce that Max International has acquired all of the assets of CellGevity, along with all of its patents, proprietary research, breakthrough formulations, and of course its dynamic executive team and research scientists. Dr. Nagasawa has long been regarded as one of the world's leading research scientists on cellular function, glutathione, and the chemistry and delivery of glutathione. He and his laboratory have been awarded 9 extraordinary patents. He has more than 165 studies that have been peer-reviewed, published, and primarily funded by grants from the National Institutes of Health and the Veterans Administration. He is a senior scientist at the Veterans Administration, an adjunct professor for the Center of Drug Design at the University of Minnesota, and for 32 years, he's been the senior editor of the Journal of Medicinal Chemistry. His son, Dr. Scott Nagasawa, was the co-founder and chief technical officer of CellGevity. So what does this mean to you and me? Well, CellGevity's R&D and formulations represent extraordinary breakthroughs that will provide tremendous advancements for our current and future products, and a scientific platform that we believe will permanently separate us from all other companies in the nutrition and wellness industry. And now, the CEO of Max International, Peter Nordberg.
We met CellGevity back in October of last year, and they were introduced to us. They came in and made about a 2-hour presentation initially, and it was clear at the end of that presentation, we regrouped as a team, kind of debriefed on everything that we had heard, and came to the quick conclusion that there was just an awful lot of science behind what they presented. Following that, what we did is we engaged a firm out of New York to help us go through the due diligence process, both on the science and on the intellectual property that they represented. And we spent a good 2.5 months going through that whole due diligence process. Turns out that everything that they represented was accurate. The science is incredible. The intriguing part for me through this whole process has been a couple of things, really. One was the fact that the amount of science that they produced. This has been research that has been conducted by Herb Nagasawa most of his adult life. Some 40 years of research has been spent into this technology and science. The other thing that was interesting from my perspective and the company's perspective, it was all patented product. So it was intellectual property that we could potentially own and control going forward. The third thing that was probably the most intriguing to me was when you sat and you met with Herb Nagasawa, it was the mission. And the synergy between what Max had been doing and is doing with Dr. Keller's mission fit hand in glove with Dr. Nagasawa's mission. And that was to, increase people's health and to eventually get this technology and science out to the masses. And I'm not talking about North America and South America, I'm talking worldwide and then even into third world countries. So from everything that we went through and we reviewed, everything lined up just perfectly for us. With the acquisition of CellGevity, we have always strived to continuously look at and enhance our products. And with the acquisition of CellGevity, this really, because there's a whole host of of technology and science. It's just not one product and one patent. There's a series of them. That this actually takes the longevity of our company out a good 7 to 10 years, just on that intellectual property alone. So for Max, it provides kind of the rocket ship to our foundation that we've already created with the original formulation from Dr. Keller. And I think it fits hand in glove in terms of what Dr. Keller's original vision was in terms of the technology and where Dr. Nagasawa's is. So it's just that it's on a continuum. It's on a complete continuum in terms of how the science is going to move forward and what we offer into the marketplace.
And now it's my pleasure to introduce you to Dr. Herbert T. Nagasawa.
Glutathione is so important for so many, it does so many different functions. It encompasses the whole spectrum of your organism. For example, it is important, I'm talking about not so much the antioxidant properties, but it is important for having amino acid gets transported into, that means protein synthesis. It is important in regulation. It is important in maintaining the immune system healthy. And finally, it is important as a protective agent that this actually sequesters free radicals that you get from the environment. And the organs that are highest in glutathione levels, that is the eye, the ears, the lung, the liver, the kidneys, and the skin. These organs have the highest concentrations of glutathione for good reason, because these organs are subject to all of the toxins in the environment. When I started to work on glutathione and started to find out all of the ramifications of glutathione and the importance of glutathione, and then we found that a particular molecule can replenish that glutathione, and we have other molecules besides, I felt that this technology, if not transferred within my lifetime, I would be very unhappy. I'd like to be able to have this technology transferred. And the only way to transfer these technology is to have a commercial entity do it. Myself being a scientist, I have absolutely no knowledge of business. And I had been taught when I was in school that if you want to if you have a discovery, the first thing you have to do is patent it. And the second thing, if you want to have it disseminated, is to get a commercial person to do it and stay out of it. Just stick to the science.
Well, we at CellGevity started the company based on technology in promoting glutathione. We understood that Max International had a nutritional supplement that also promoted glutathione production. Glutathione is a very powerful antioxidant that really promotes good health, but the story behind glutathione is a very complicated story, and network marketing probably provides the best channel in order to communicate this to the consumer. So we met with Max International. We saw that they had the integrity and the passion and really understood glutathione and its role in promoting good health. So we find that this alliance is a very synergistic relationship as we move forward.
I'm excited about the CellGevity acquisition. First of all, I don't know how you couldn't be excited. When you take a look at the research and the studies, the lifelong commitment of Dr. Nagasawa, you knew that this stood for something that would represent a quantum leap in cellular protection and function. That's bottom line what it is. But to Max, it's important because we're taking a look at how to be able to continue what Dr. Keller started, and saying how do we deliver the core components of glutathione to the body in the most effective way possible. And that is what the CellGevity technology does. In order to make glutathione, you have to have the building blocks. But cysteine is very fragile, so you have to protect it. What's the best way to protect it? That's what the CellGevity technology is. The premier protection of the rate-limiting factors for glutathione. Max International is committed to always making sure that it's in front of any movement that's happening with scientific technology relative to cellular health and function. That's exactly what the technology of CellGevity represents to us, to making sure that we're always at the front of that movement.
Well, now you can see why all of us at Max are off the charts excited about our acquisition of CellGevity and its assets, and our partnership with their team of scientists. At Max, we've studied their breakthroughs and know what it's going to mean to our future. And I can tell you with certainty, as far as we've already come, where we are right now, can't even begin to compare with where we're going to be in the very near future.